main difference CET is about it's a game of endurance, right? It's a speed-based game where
Right.
time is very limited. So you need to have a right balance between speed and accuracy. So that's where I thought that I would also focus on the accuracy part along with the speed. Okay, so considering CET being such an high endurance test, like the main part I would say is like to have that particular mindset built in yourself that no matter what, you wouldn't give up midway anytime.
Hi Rohan, thank you so much for joining us today.
It's my pleasure talking to you. Yeah.
So you scored 99.96 percentile in CET and you got an All India 37 rank. So congratulations on that. So can you tell us about your preparation journey when you started preparing for CET and all that?
Okay, so brief background about me. So I did engineering, normal engineering graduation, mechanical engineering. Then my work 1 year was in a finance firm. So there I worked, and second year I worked with an tech startup, and then finally went on to join my MBA. And I did my MBA in finance, and now I'm currently working with one of the leading private sector banks in the country. And I'm from batch of 2020.
Okay.
So I started my preparation for MBA entrances right in the final year of engineering, which was like I was in like VJT at that time. So I prepared for like I started preparing then, but then I started working. So once I got into work, I didn't get much time to prepare. Just like after a year and a half, I recognized how MBA could be helpful, and I then buckled up my to kind of actually put in a lot of efforts to crack it up and get the top B school of my choice. So it wasn't a straight journey, as I say. Like I didn't score well in any of the MBA entrances in the first year attempt, but later on I picked myself up and finally scored 99.63 in CAT and 99.96 in so that's how it has been. But yeah, so I my first CAT score was around 94, then 97, and then I went to 99.63. And CET where I wasn't in the like is the same 95 line. But then I got to know I changed the way I prepared, so I realized where I was faltering and where I would need to improve. So I strengthened my weaknesses in the year and a half, and then finally reached where I wanted to be. It
Right.
wasn't a straight journey, like many hardships, ups and downs, but it was worth it having scored such a score. Finally,
Right.
it's a satisfaction.
Right. So, can you tell us what's the difference between like from your preparation experience? What is the difference between CET exam preparation and other MBA exams preparation? What was that difference?
There's a big difference in the way CAT, ZAT is, and various other exams like CET, NMAT, etc. So the basis of preparation lies the same. The syllabus is same. The difference, main difference, CET is about it's a game of endurance, right? It's a speed-based game where
Right.
time is very limited. Like uh, you need to solve a question in 40-50 seconds or even less than that, right? So
Right.
so then that's where the game changes completely. Cat is where you need to pick a right question, maybe give it some thought whether you need to solve it or not. While in CET, there's no time to do that. You can't be choosy. You have to move on because like 200 questions, so less time. So it's very important that you don't bog down, considering it's a very high endurance thing, and make sure that you see almost all the questions
Right.
finally. Like you don't want to leave out any specific questions which are easier and which would have taken less time than you would have like compared to that considered some or taken up some difficult ones. So in a way, that can be considered as a similarity actually, but the time in which you do in CT is very less. Like you need to decide yes or no in a very less, in matter of seconds, you need to decide whether you want to go and solve it. So that's where you need to up your game and be very strong in your concept so that you realize कि हाँ ये मेरे से तो नहीं होने वाला, it's better to leave तुरंत within 5 seconds.
Right.
When it comes to RC, the game changes again, right? Because like you need to read a lot of passage words, right? And then go to questions. While within a minute, solving that is very difficult and challenging. So you need to also strategize your sections very well. So in CET, the one advantage which I feel is there's no negative, and
Right.
second, the variety of questions is like too much, right? So you'll have questions from almost everywhere.
Right.
In logic, there are like different sections. There in English, there are various types of questions. So variety is more in CET than in CAT. So you can be choosy here much more and let go if something is very a particular subject or topic is your very weak point. CET gives you that opportunity to leave it. There's no need to solve 200 all 200 questions. No one can do it. Like even if someone is giving CET since like past 10, 20 years, even then the person won't be able to do it, right? So you have that particular advantage, but the difficult part is the same, right? uh, Being time bound and high endurance. If you lose even a bit, small moments or minutes, then you will be left out,
Right.
right? You can't afford to uh, wait out or think through a particular set of questions for a lot of time, right? So that's something which can't be done at all.
Right. Since CET is a speed-based exam, can you tell us how did you improve your speed during your practice?
So, speed and accuracy, I feel, are like two different things, right? If someone
Okay.
is very less in speed uh, and also less in accuracy, then one need to improve on both the fronts. While if someone is very fast at solving, the speed required to solve questions is very less. But accuracy is also very less, then it doesn't matter. So you need to have a right balance between speed and accuracy. So that's where I thought that I would also focus on the accuracy part along with the speed. There were many questions or areas where I was very good at. Right, I already knew ki my accuracy is very high.
Okay.
So the only thing I need to work on is the speed, like the logical reasoning section, where I was very good at, and I know I'll be able to maintain 80-90% accuracy. So that is where I started to solve many questions, practice various type of question, like used to keep timers so that I know and I the pressure of time on me when while I'm even solving one or two sets, right? So I used to solve questions even with time ka pressure. So
Right.
that actually helped me in exams because I was already used to solving question in a time bound manner rather than solving question at my leisure. So that is where I started developing the sense of urgency in myself while solving the question, and it helped me a lot, right? So and then there were areas where I was like very less at accuracy, the verbal part.
Okay.
So at that time, like my first focus was to improve the accuracy and then the time, right? Even if I increase the speed and my accuracy goes for a toss, it's of no use, right? So that's what the thing I focused on. And once the accuracy gets built up, your speed can be increased by keep on giving the marks, by keeping solving the questions in time based manners and so on.
Right. So, can you tell us about your preparation strategy you followed in each section, especially the logical reasoning section and the abstract reasoning?
Okay. So since I was like also preparing for other entrances exams like CAT, ZAT,
Right.
and so on, so my basic preparation was already done, right? So,
Right.
but there were some areas where CET asks questions and others don't ask,
Yeah.
like what visual reasoning is one
Right.
area. So I solved around 50 100 questions of that particular section to get myself used to the type of questions which could be asked, and then went on to give section-based test in time-based manner to improve on that front. Apart from those, the basic logic-based puzzles and etc. I was already very good at, and CET, the level of difficulty is not much. Knowing that, I knew that the only thing I need to work on was speed, which I already explained how I did it. Right, so
Right.
that's how I went about preparation on that front. I feel, yeah, since CET is very much reasoning heavy, right? 50% of the 50% of the entire paper is reasoning based.
Right.
So that is one particular area which you can't ignore at all.
Yeah.
Like if you feel reasoning is your weak part, then for CET it's something which you need to give it all. Because
Right.
without reasoning, there's no way one can score a very high marks, right?
Right.
That's fine if you skip one or two quants because it's just quant plus DI is 50 marks. But reasoning is something which you can't ignore at all, and then make sure that you are very good at it and you are able to solve puzzles, etc. Very fast
Right.
and at a good accuracy level. So I would say like out of like 200 marks, if your genuine attempt is 160 around, with 80-90% of accuracy is like fine enough to get you a very good college.
Great. Since there is no sectional time limit, what was the order of the section you followed during the exam? How did you attempt each section?
Okay. So the strategy which I used to solve CET was to segregate the entire test into small tests.
Okay.
What I felt was while giving the mocks is that my endurance was at high while I begin. And till since it's a very long test, 200 questions, our endurance keeps on falling. Your speed reduces, your enthusiasm reduces, and so on. So one way in which I try to figure out how to improve myself was if the test is so much, I'll segregate into five smaller tests and five smaller time length, right? So of each 20 minutes each.
Right.
So having done that, I knew that within those 20 minutes, I have to solve 30 questions, right? So I was always like my endurance started here, it reduced till here while I completed my first 20 minutes. But then again, I considered the next 20 minutes as a new test. So again, I try to cheer myself up and bring in the enthusiasm so that I don't get bored while solving the same type of questions. Now coming to the questions which I chose in
Right.
which are to be done in those 20 minutes, something which I kept were very diverse. I'll solve some logic questions, I'll solve some verbal question, I'll solve some quant questions.
Okay.
Because I found it that when I am solving same type of question for a long period of time, I was getting bored. So I needed variety in those small tests. So I tried to do that by solving almost like all types of questions which I could. So maybe take up two sets of logic, then move on to thoda English and then some quant.
Okay.
And same I followed the same thing. But I made sure that those which I chose in the first time slot were the easier ones, then thoda difficult ones, and later on I kept the most difficult ones for last. And even like if I'm not able to do, just mark randomly. So that's the strategy I followed because solving 200 questions are anyways not possible. So last
Right.
20-25 questions or something you need to mark randomly, which I did.
Okay.
Also following this helped me choose the questions in a very fast manner, right? So focusing on my strength first.
Right.
So if it's like verbal, I'll focus on say first the meanings or para completion and so on where I was good at. So I would
Okay.
choose that first, right? And later on maybe go to the simpler RC ones. And I would do that first, right? So that's how I followed.
Great. So can you tell us how many mocks did you give and how many hours you spend analyzing each mock?
So for CET, I gave 5 to 10 mocks.
Okay.
So the I would consider these are like very less number of mocks that I gave, basically because I knew that my preparation is already done. I was very confident about my preparation. So the only aim for me to give mocks was to understand and develop a strategy of how I should give this particular test
Right.
in the exam. So while giving those 10 marks, I understood how I should move on. And as I said, the segregation of the entire test into smaller tests worked for me. So, and coming to analyzing this particular marks, I spend around like 2 to 3 hours behind every mock, after every mock, to see where I could have improved, right? So I used to keep this tracker to understand where I did mistakes. Like when you
Okay.
analyze some kind of mistakes, you realize what is something which could have been avoided, where
Right.
I could have scored better, how my question selection could have been better, right? The preparation part was already done, so the only thing was to the question selection and
Right.
how fast I'm able to solve it. If particular area, say time speed distance, my speed is very low, while I'm good at solving geometry very fast. So later on, I would first pick up those because I know that I'm able to decide on yes or no in this particular question very fast. कि हाँ ये मेरे से होगा या नहीं, I can do it in a second. That will help me also decide and not decide particular question uh, in a blink of an eye. So that
Right.
is something which you work on and helps you when you analyze it thoroughly, right?
Right.
So that's how it helped me the analysis part.
Great. So can you tell us what was that most important thing that will help you improve the scores in CET?
Okay, so considering CET being such an high endurance test, like the main part I would say is like to have that particular mindset built in yourself that no matter what, you wouldn't give up midway anytime, right? Right. It- It's bound to happen that you will have phases of that's going great, questions I'm able to solve, and then later on you
Right.
try out 5, 10 questions at a stretch and not able to solve them entirely, right? And that is something CET is known to throw up. Sometimes logic is tough, sometimes quant is tough.
Right.
You figure it out on your way, that what could be the easier one, and act on your feet at the same time without losing your enthusiasm,
Right.
right?
Right.
So as I said, it's like very high endurance thing. So you need to maintain that kind of energy throughout the entire time so as to make sure that you score to the fullest. So
Right.
that way, I would say mindset is like a very important thing when you go about solving CT, and just be confident and positive about that you will be able to do it.
Great. So finally, are there any tips that you would like to give the CET aspirants this year?
So, like, the one thing which I would say is like, you all must have already known what to prepare, what not to prepare through videos like this, blogs, giving mocks. But one thing I would like to say is that since your entire preparation journey won't be a straight line, right? It will be of ups and downs. So you need to find that one particular motivation for you to bring yourself up every time you face a very tough situation while
Right.
solving the mocks. Because when you go about solving CT mocks, uh, many a times I've seen like people do give. I have batchmates who I know have given 100 mocks just to go
Okay.
into and crack that one B school JBIMS, right? Focusing entirely on CET and not any other
Okay.
entrance test, unlike me. So for them, it becomes much more difficult as the stakes are high. It's
Okay.
like do or die.
Right.
There are like very handful number of college through CET than through CAT, right?
Right.
So in a way, the motivation becomes much more important. So you need to find some motivation factor within yourself so that
Right.
you don't get bogged down at all and it's fine when you score less percentiles or get less rank, like 5 6 marks at stretch, or you start with lesser number of marks, but then having found that motivation and know you having that confidence that as you go on solving, you'll keep on improving. It will just help you, right?
Right.
So find that source of motivation. It can be placement, it can be getting into that one dream B school, right? It can be anything.
Right.
So it's better to have that source of motivation within yourself, which will keep you going. That's a game of endurance, as I said.
So thank you so much, Rohan. Thanks for joining us today, and it was great talking to you.
Yeah, no issues. It's all my pleasure. I would just say all the best to students. Hope they keep learning and get the best college of their choice.
Right. Thank you so much.
Yeah.